Hello children, a big welcome to our channel Ammu&You. And here Ammu is ready with the story of Mahabharata that we are doing every week. So far we've done quite a few episodes and I'm sure you all are enjoying it, aren't you? I also understand that maybe at times the stories do get confusing. Like I have said before, there are so many characters in this story that you forget who's who. But that's okay. We don't have to remember all the names. But the main characters of the stories, they always go on and we are interested in them. The other characters are just mentioned so as to connect them with each other. Okay? So, do you remember children, last episode where we had reached? I'll tell you. We had reached Indraprastha, the kingdom of the Pandavas. The Pandavas had made a beautiful kingdom which was made of a place called Khandaprastha. Why? Because they had returned and they were the rightful heir to the throne. And Dhritarashtra said that since my son thought that you would not come back and they thought that they were the kings now, so I would request that the kingdom be divided into two. Now Yudhishthir was a very noble character. He was very noble, he was very respectful towards his seniors, and Dhritarashtra being the senior most in the family, he said, okay, whatever you say. And so Khandaprastha was given to Pandavas. Now Pandavas made that Khandaprastha, which was a barren piece of land, into such a beautiful kingdom, and they named it Indraprastha. And after it was complete, they invited all the kings and princes. They came and everyone praised. Even Duryodhan and Shakuni went, and they also were in awe of the beauty of the palace, of the kingdom and the architecture. And there, unfortunately, not understanding the floor to be the lake, Duryodhan slipped and fell, and Draupadi laughed and called him the blind son of a blind father, which was really very hurtful for Duryodhan. He vowed to take revenge for this. So Duryodhan and Shakuni came back to their kingdom of Hastinapur, and we start from here today. Now they were all the time making plans, evil plans, plotting against the Pandavas, how to kill them, how to remove them. Duryodhan was not at all satisfied by this division of the kingdom. He wanted the whole place to himself. He wanted to be the king of the whole place. Now, Shakuni gave him another evil advice. What did he say? He said that, you know, I am very good at playing dice. Shakuni was very good at playing dice. And Yudhishthir also loves to play this game. So why don't you invite him to Hastinapur to play this game? And I promise you, I will beat him to this game completely. And you can take away all his kingdom through this game. Duryodhan liked this evil plan. Anything to get rid of the Pandavas. So he told Vidura that, Vidur, please, you have to go and invite the Pandavas to come to Hastinapur for a game of dice. Vidur went, and Vidur had heard Shakuni and Duryodhan speak. So when he went, he told Yudhishthir about the invitation, but warned him too that he better stay off because Duryodhan and Shakuni had plotted against them. Yudhishthir, being very noble, said, "How can I refuse an invitation? It is so rude, and I love the game too. Don't you worry. We will all come. We accept the invitation." So, the Pandavas went to Hastinapur to play the game of dice. Now, the game started, and before it started, Yudhishthir said that, "I hope that the game will be played with all honesty and sincerity." To which Duryodhan said, "If you have any fear, you can refuse the invitation of the game and you need not play." Now Yudhishthir said, "You know, I can't refuse because I love the game too and I have already accepted it." Duryodhan said that Mama Shakuni will play on my behalf. "Is that fine with you?" Yudhishthir said, "Okay, it's fine with me." The game of dice started, and children, Mama Shakuni started throwing the dice one after the other in such a way that Yudhishthir was losing every game. And while he was losing, he had to lose his kingdom, his maids, his wealth, his brothers, and himself too. Nothing left now. And you know, children, he kept on playing. Why was he playing? Why didn't he stop? Because he thought that stopping midway is not being a sportsman. And he always played the next game with the hope of winning it and winning everything that he had lost. So at the end, when he had nothing to lose anymore, nothing to bet anymore, he bet Draupadi. And he lost her too. Everyone was shocked. The seniors were watching the game and they were very, very disturbed. But who could say anything when the game was on? When Draupadi also was lost in the game of dice, Duryodhan was overjoyed. He immediately ordered Vidur, "Go and fetch Draupadi here in the palace. She will stay as a maid here." Vidura felt very offended. He said, "You should not be saying like this. She is the wife of your brothers." He said, "She is going to live here like a maid." When Vidur refused to go, he asked his brother Dushasan, "Go fetch Draupadi and drag her to the court." Dushasan jumped and went and dragged Draupadi by her hair. Just see, dragged her to the court by the hair. Draupadi kept screaming, "Help, help! Is there no one to help? What is going on? Such chaos, such insult of a woman, and no one is there to oppose." She kept screaming, and everyone was silent. Dushasan dragged her to the court, and Duryodhan was laughing, and he said, "Take off all the royal clothes from the Pandavas and all the jewelry that they are wearing." It was all done. All the jewelry that the Pandavas were wearing were taken off. The royal clothes were taken off, and they were given plain piece of cloth to wrap themselves around. They did so. And after that, it was Draupadi's turn. Dushasan was told to pull Draupadi out of her clothes, disrobe Draupadi in front of everyone. What a shame! Children, hatred, enmity blinds you. It stops your brain from thinking what you are doing. How can you do such wrong? Disrobing someone, it was just a game. It had to be played in the spirit of the game. But unfortunately, Duryodhan never played it in the spirit of the game. He played it to rob everything, win everything of the Pandavas, which he did. Now Draupadi was screaming and addressing all the seniors there. He said, Guru Dronacharya, you are here, you're a Brahmin, you're a Guru. Dhritarashtra, you're here, you're the senior most in the family. Bhishma Pitama, you are here. And I'm the child bride of this kingdom. And nobody is coming here to my rescue, to my help. Shame on you. You all must feel ashamed of yourselves. No one came. The Pandavas also bent their head in shame and kept quiet because they had lost the right on Draupadi. They themselves had become Duryodhan's slaves. Then Dushasana started pulling Draupadi's robes, and then Draupadi called out to Lord Krishna, who she believed to be her guide and her friend, true friend. She said, Hey Krishna, come and help me. Hey Krishna, come and help me. Krishna was watching everything. He had to help Draupadi. And what did he do? He just did this. From there, and Draupadi's clothes kept on increasing in length, kept on increasing in length. Dushasana kept on pulling it. The heaps and heaps of clothes were made, but Draupadi could not be disrobed. Then Sri Krishna from there said, Enough Dushasana, enough. You have crossed all limits. Stop, or the hells will break loose. Dushasana, hearing these words, got scared and went and sat in his place. Now Draupadi was standing there in shame and sorrow. And Duryodhan, what did he say then? He was laughing because he was so happy to see the state of Pandavas and Draupadi. He had avenged himself when Draupadi had laughed at him, calling him the blind son of the blind father. So he said, Remember your insult, Draupadi? Now you come and sit on my lap. Because you are my maid, you will do what I tell you to. As soon as he said this, Bhim could not take it anymore. He said, in front of everyone, I, son of Pandu, take the vow that one day I will break this thigh of yours, Duryodhan, with my club. You are asking Draupadi to sit on these thighs? I will break them. And Dushasana, for what you have done to Draupadi, I will tear your heart apart and bathe Draupadi's hair with the blood. I vow in the presence of all here. Dhritarashtra was very sorry and hearing Bhim taking this vow, he was slightly disturbed and worried too. He knew how brave the Pandavas were. Then he spoke. Enough of all this, Draupadi. You are the eldest daughter-in-law of my family. I apologize for all the wrong that has been done to you by my sons. I really, really apologize, and I hope that considering me to be the senior most, you will forgive me. Yudhishthir had no right to bet you in the game when he had lost himself. When he had lost himself, he had lost you. How could he bet you? And so, I ask for forgiveness now to you, Draupadi. And in turn, I give you 3 boons. Tell me what you want, anything you want. Draupadi said, 2 boons would be fine for now. The first boon, I want Yudhishthir free from slavery. And secondly, return the Pandavas all the princely clothes and their kingdom and wealth. Dhritarashtra agreed immediately and ordered Duryodhan to do so. Pandavas, ashamed of themselves, could not even look into the eyes of Draupadi. Rightfully so. Then, along with Draupadi, Pandavas went back to their kingdom of Indraprastha. Duryodhan was angry with Dhritarashtra. He said, Father, what have you done? You let go of everything that I had taken away. Dhritarashtra said, Son, you were really crossing the limits. You had crossed all limits of righteousness. I had to do this. Now, Duryodhan could not do any more. Some days passed. The Pandavas were again settled in their kingdom. But here Duryodhan and Shakuni were restless. Again, Shakuni suggested, invite Yudhishthir for a game of dice again. And this time, I will defeat him in the very beginning. And you can just get back everything you want. Duryodhan again agreed. He sent the invitation and Yudhishthir agreed. And why did he agree now, children? He agreed because he wanted to take revenge of the previous game. He believed that he would surely win the game and take that revenge of the shameful defeat last time and regain his lost honor and dignity. This time, when they sat to play, the conditions of the game were set. And the conditions were that the loser will have to go to an exile of 12 years. And after the 12 years of exile, 1 year they have to spend underground. If during that period anyone identified them or recognized them, the whole punishment would begin again. See how cunning Duryodhan and Shakuni were? They had thought of the worst of punishments. Now, children, all the relatives and well-wishers advised Yudhishthir not to play the game. But he did not listen to anyone. He really wanted to regain his dignity and honor. He did not listen to anyone, not even his elders, which he should have. He should always remember that our elders always give us good advice. Now, once again, a game of dice was played and Yudhishthir lost the game. Shakuni was a very smart player and Yudhishthir again lost the game. The Pandavas changed their clothes, left their kingdom and went away to exile. Exile for 12 years, and after that 1 year of living underground. Say they lived in one forest, then they lived in another forest. Now they did not take Kunti along, though she wanted to go, but she had become slightly aged. She was not too well, so Kunti was left behind, and Pandavas along with Draupadi went to exile. Wherever they went, they would free the people there of their problems. They would kill the evil demons there and relieve the people of their difficulties and sufferings. Now Pandavas reached Kamyak forest, and through there, the Kamyak, they reached Dwait forest. There they wanted to spend some time meditating. They wanted some time to just gain some more spirituality. One day, a sage came to Yudhishthir and said that I had 2 holy sticks hanging on a tree, and a deer came, rubbed his body against the tree, and both the sticks fell on his horn and he ran away. Without those sticks, I can't perform my holy practice. Now Yudhishthir was a very pious soul. He said, okay. He went in search of the deer, and when he went in search of the deer, the brothers also followed him. He said, all the remaining Pandavas said that, Dada, we also want to come along and look for the deer. They tried their best to find the deer, but they couldn't. They were tired, they were thirsty. They went near, they found a tree. It was a good soft shade. They wanted to rest there, and they saw a lake near the tree. Now, as soon as Arjun went to drink water, there was a voice. This lake is mine. You cannot drink it without my permission. Now, because Arjun was very thirsty, he ignored the voice, and as soon as he bent to drink the water, take the water, he fell unconscious. Like this, one by one, all the 4 brothers went to drink, ignoring the voice. They drank water and lay there unconscious. Now Yudhishthir said, what is happening? One by one, everyone has gone, no one has returned. So then he went there, and as soon as he saw them all, he thought something to do with this lake. So he bent, and as soon as he touched the water, the same voice came out. And then, hearing that, Yudhishthir said, I understand that all my brothers have disobeyed you, but I am here to answer all your questions. Please ask what you want. Now, there was an apparition who came out. It was Yamaraj himself. He asked all the questions one by one, and Yudhishthir could answer them all. So Yamaraj was very happy, and he said, "Okay, I grant life to all the 5 brothers. Because you've been so obedient and respectful, I grant life to all you 5 brothers." So they all were alive, and by that time 12 years were over, and they had to start 1 year of living in disguise, which we will continue in my next episode next week. Children, you like the story? Fantastic, isn't it? It's so fascinating. If you really have liked it, tell your parents to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get all the notifications of the channel. Be happy, be safe, and do you watch all the other videos also? Ammu puts up Hindi videos, English videos, story videos. Watch all of them, and I would love to hear from you through your comments. Love you. Thank you so much. Bye.